Out of my 500 comments that I got in this TMG video, many of my 50 plus men viewers have stated real positive results when it comes to increases in strength, muscle gain, and fat loss after taking TMG. I'm going to share these honest, true, real-life results that my viewers have gotten after taking TMG. But before I do that, my name is Andrew Kolasko, and from here on out, I am your very own longevity coach for you men 50 plus. Every week, I'm here to give you the insider info, the no BS modalities and protocols that will really move the needle on your future years, giving you quality years ahead of you. We want to increase your strength, your VO2 max, and cardiovascular robustness, your overall muscle gain, and quality of life, okay? Well-being. That's what it's about. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a like. Let me know if you like this content, and I want to hear from you. Leave a comment so that I can know what you liked, what you didn't like, and what you'd like to see in future videos. Again, on this video on TMG, plus my other videos on TMG, I have shown you a lot of research, a lot of solid research. TMG, Trimethylglycine, also known as Betaine. I showed you a meta-analysis that had 6 different scientific review studies, and they're mixed together to give overall results, as well as I showed double placebo randomized control trials, which is really the gold standard. And this deep dive, a lot of you appreciated. However, some of you didn't like the research. Some of my viewers said it could be fabricated, it could be manipulated, it could be the story that really the research companies wanted to show. Again, I thought a lot of the research was really good, including a lot of human studies, but I'm not going to cite them in today's video. You can see a link to some of the research studies in the description below if you want to check them out. But we're going to look into the real feedback that I got from real viewers, real life stuff. Because if I'm listening to you, my viewers, what I'm hearing from you is you want the true to life, real experiences that real people have. And at the end of the day, you'll believe what you want to believe, right? Fair enough. And it was clear to me that many of you like the personal, tried and true experiences that viewers have had and their own feedback. So the impetus of this was actually at Ben Dungy 1669. He left a comment that reads like, if you have a few people and then they have a few people, you can see it becomes a lot. Anecdotal has been found to be just as good or better than clinical if enough people have done it. We are also talking real life parameters and not clinical parameters, which are not always realistic. I'm not saying that's bad, but society doesn't always have the control. Thank you at Ben Dungy 1669 for that constructive, well thought out, and controlled feedback that you gave me, because some of the feedback I got was quite harsh. You know, some people really got upset with the scientific literature and just thought it was all BS, which, you know, I started this YouTube channel 1 year ago and I'm learning as I go along, and I need to listen, and that helps me modify and make sure that I'm presenting what you want and what's going to be the most helpful, and, you know, different options, different variations of it. So let's get into those comments that came directly from you right now. Our first comment is from at Mike B-1 guy. Yes, I've taken for a while. I'm 60 and I work on a brake press bending 1/8 stainless steel all day. And I work out with weights 3 days a week. And it really helps give that extra boost and the muscle gain you want. I've tried a lot of supplements and TMG gives the best results for your money, in my opinion. Next one's from at Caviar Shower. He says, funny, been taking TMG 3 weeks and just found this video. My body fat is dropping and strength has increased. I'm not a newbie. I train 2 to 3 times a week now for 7 years. Impressive results. And another one from at Rheumatoid Evolution. He says, thank you for sharing another good video. Turning 50 next week. Love TMG. One of my favorite supplements. I take it for rheumatism, and it also has made a big difference in weight training. I read that it helps to protect certain organs for longevity. So one we have here is at Kian Jory. Now, Kian Jory, thank you for all your comments. I see you in the thread quite often. Kian says, I've been using high doses of TMG for close to 5 months. My wife says I'm fitter and more muscular than ever at age 59. The goal is to be a ripped 60-year-old. LOL. The next one is from another regular commenter in my section. That's Thane5665. He says, as a regular follower, I have to thank you for how thorough you are in your research supporting your recommendations. They have made a big difference in how I feel, look, and work. One benefit I just experienced was a decision to revisit my past physical activities. Years ago, I owned several motorbikes from a simple semi-trail to the dreaded Kawasaki triple Widowmaker. At present, I am pursuing 11cc sport bike as I feel great, have loads of energy, and most of my cognitive abilities. I am simply not ready to sit back and deteriorate. My bucket still has a few items in it. I will hit 64 years old in 2 months. Thanks for the great channel, Andrew. And one last one to put the icing on the cake is from @ForeverMuscle 3697. He says, TMG makes you stronger. I sincerely want to thank my viewers for their generous feedback. I really do appreciate it. Not only did it help me with my TMG videos here, but it also helps me with my overall general content. So I know what you're looking for. I know what will be of most help for you. And it helps me just overall to dial in what's going to be most beneficial to each of you. So we can see that the many benefits that the viewers have does indeed dovetail with the scientific literature. That is, they're stronger, more muscular, their body composition has improved, meaning their body fat to muscle ratio, and the overall athletic performance has gotten better. Now, you wouldn't be able to find this in your common feedback from someone taking TMG, but I want to add it because the scientific literature has also found that it increases thermogenesis, helps with fatty acid synthesis, and decreases in insulin resistance, as well as lower homocysteine levels. And since we're being real here, I want to give some more authentic, actual, high-level things that you need to know about TMG to keep in mind. And that is, you have to be working out, okay? Your intensity of your exercise has to be there. I've seen other videos here on TMG and they don't even mention that. If you're not getting results, it's going to have a lot to do. This isn't a magic pill, okay? You can't just take it and all of a sudden you increase muscle and decrease fat and you're stronger. It is going to take you being diligent, being consistent, and doing the exercise. That is absolutely necessary. More real life stuff? Well, I do want to point out that TMG is produced naturally within all of us, okay? But as we get older, our methylation, our capacity to methylate does go down, and that'll affect our energy levels. It'll affect our overall output and our overall functioning. TMG needs to be taken in a supplement form so that you can get enough of it in your system so it can actually do its work and help you in the areas that we've talked about. As well, and some of you pointed this out in the comment section, betaine, that is TMG, can be found in your pre-workout drinks, but that dose that's in there, it's not high enough, okay? It's too low to give you the increases in your strength and your muscularity and help you with fat loss. You're gonna need to additionally supplement with a TMG supplement. Some of you out there who have been researching TMG has also found that it can be found in foods. Now, I want to present two important points about trying to get your levels up high enough getting TMG through foods. One was a gentleman comment that he said, hey, if I buy beet juice and I drink that, it's not only going to give me TMG, but it's going to be cheaper than a TMG supplement. There's two problems with this theory. One is the cost comparison. I found what the average cost of beet juice was and how much you would have to drink to get your TMG levels up as much as you would if you were simply taking a supplement, and found out that beet juice was 9 to 10 times more expensive. You would be turning purple and green with other foods that you took to try to get them up to the levels that you would need by simply taking a TMG supplement, which is actually pretty dang inexpensive. So leading out from that second point that I made there about the expense of actually the foods that you would have to take, another food that has a lot of TMG in it is shrimp. And of course, shrimp isn't inexpensive and you would have to have a lot of that as well. Here is kind of the third point I want to lead into when it comes to beets or spinach, which also has TMG in it. When you cook the beets and the spinach, the levels of TMG actually go down in them. So you're not going to get a purest form as you should be, as you could be when you are actually taking a TMG supplement. I have two considerations to keep in mind with my longevity crowd, and that's what most of you are. Number one, TMG is a methyl donor. This methylation helps the body to adapt to various body functions. Methylation turns on certain genes in DNA. Think of TMG as flipping on a switch, and that will gonna help you with certain cells that need to function optimally. Case in point, as we get older, we lose some of our ability to methylate. That's why our body function may slow down or it may debilitate. Our energy goes down, our ability for protein synthesis decreases, as well as other optimal functional cell functions, they decrease as well. So we need bigger methyl pools as we are older to offset some of the methylation slowdown. Another part of a healthy body function is to decrease NAD. We can do this by using NMN. With NMN, that will help increase our NAD, because there's a drawback though. This is interesting because when you're taking NMN, you are actually decreasing your methylation pools. Okay. So it's a good idea with NMN, which I know many of the longevity crowd takes here. You should be taking TMG because that's a methyl donor that I said at the beginning. So it's going to help with the methyl pools and help bring up the methylation to where it needs to be so that it can process the NMN, which is turning on the NAD, which is your energy source, which is what you really need to feel youthful and have energy and vitality. The next important point that I want to bring up is that TMG lowers homocysteine levels. Long before we talked about muscularity and strength and fat loss, it was known, trimethylglycine was known for lowering homocysteine levels. And why is this so important? Because they show that those with a high homocysteine levels compared to those with a low have an 80% greater mortality risk. That is at an 80% more chance of dying than someone that has lower homocysteine levels. So TMG, longevity crowd here, and overall staying healthy as a rule, TMG is going to help you do that because it's going to keep your homocysteine levels in check. I'm going to list a few more things that TMG has been shown to do, and that is increase testosterone, have anti-inflammatory properties, protect both your liver and your heart, reduce fatigue, increase your body's production of proteins, and increase the synthesis of creatine. So you're taking creatine, it's going to help amplify and enhance its usefulness to you as well. As you can see, my viewers who have used TMG have got a lot of excellent results. And as well, I need to let you know that I have as well. I've increased my muscularity, I've increased my leanness, and my overall vascularity has improved. And my body composition, I just look better overall. And it has so much to do with TMG because I only started taking it about 7-8 months ago, and I've seen nothing but progress since I have been on it. On that note, for dosing, I am on 3 grams a day now. So I take 2 grams before my workout. I do an early morning workout every day. And then later in the day with my NMN and my NR, I take another gram of TMG. If you want to start using TMG to increase your lean muscle mass, your strength, your VO2 max, your testosterone, and lower your homocysteine levels, lower your fat, then I have a discount for you. 17% off of TMG at particular.com. There's a link below. You can click on that. That'll take you right to it. And you can use code Kolasko 17. That's KOLASKO 17 at checkout. I have paired myself. I've teamed up with Particular because that's all I do is longevity. And I'm a specialist in longevity. They're specialists in longevity. So we are a perfect affiliation. And I want to give this as a service to you, okay? I know I'm saying all this stuff about TMG and how great it is. My viewers are, I got the research. At the end of the day, why not be able to give you a discount so you can get the benefits of TMG and other longevity supplements at Particular, because that is a service. I believe it's a service to you. I hope you see it that way. So the other thing about Particular is they have a 60-day money-back guarantee. You won't find that at very many supplement companies, if any. And that's great. That shows they stand behind their product, okay? Their products work, and they're so confident they're going to give you a 60-day money-back guarantee. So 17% off exclusive code for my viewers and subscribers. Use that and get yourself some TMG or any other longevity supplements like NMN or NR, and let's get healthy. Know that 17% off discount, that's exclusive, okay? That's just through my channel. You won't be able to find that kind of a discount anywhere else. If you want further research to back up, check out this video of mine featuring Thomas DeLauer. He is an absolute expert in supplementation and breaking down what works, understanding the research, how to dissect it, and that's going to show you someone else that's going to tell you how great TMG is and how it can work so effectively for you. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that like button. I want to thank you for all the comments as well. Keep them coming in. I have special gratitude for the 500 comments that came in on this TMG video. I want to thank you. It's given me this sense of community, but also it's helped me directionally, what is going to work best, what's going to be the information, what you're looking for. Because once again, I'm trying to give you the best relative, most helpful information that I can. Thank you for the men in there that are giving suggestions and also the things that are going to help other men on the channel get the most out of their future years. That's what we're all about, working together. And hey, before I forget, I want to make sure, even if you guys were harsh on me, that helps refine me, okay? Helps me do better and dial in the best content that I can for you. So keep it locked here because I want to help you look good, play good, feel good for all your future years. Increase your health span and those years ahead of you, having them be quality years where you feel great, you have that vitality, that sense of well-being, and you can really enjoy life. So keep it locked here. I'll see you once again next week.